So evidently Orcas can do some pretty cool things against the new meta. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. So Warrior of Oz is back for this month's Zodiac tournament, and they're bringing back Orcust to kind of showcase some of the cool power that this deck kind of is able to work with, which is actually kind of cool. You are going to see, yes, we are doing the Diabell Star shenanigans here, which is just going to start us off really, really nicely here. You're going to see we're going to go ahead and clan flare on up here. We're going to go ahead and flare on up. We're going to go ahead and get ashed, which is fine. We're going to go ahead and cross out the ash. Oh no. We're going to go ahead and grab white face here. And then we're just going to go ahead and start off the combo. We'll go ahead and get out the rehearsal, and we will see another ash coming to town here. We'll go ahead, pop that off, grab a white face out of the deck, grab up Marbleism. All right, go ahead and set, and then we'll go ahead and get a free draw. All right, we can do some things here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and deploy the Orcust. They're going to go ahead and ash. All right, they're going to go ahead and hand the token over to us. We're going to go ahead and Marbleism so that we can go ahead and get this special summon, which is actually not bad here. They're going to go ahead and make the Galtea here. All right, so now they're just going to go ahead and get to do what they want. Get the discard. They're going to go ahead and do the tribute on into the white face here, which we can go ahead and flip that down. We'll get our draw cards here. Babel, we'll rotate into the Diabell Star. That's pretty cool. All right, get to add D-Mod here. We're going to go ahead and Harmonia Blast, Veil Meteor, Malong, Wind Pegasus, Bowfish, and Meteor. They'll go ahead and gaze on up. We'll go ahead and send this. We'll go ahead and kick that off. They're going to go ahead and chain the Glaze. We're going to go ahead and chain the Retaliating. All right, so that actually forces them to go into this, which is pretty good. Now they can Orcust here, which is going to be a little bit annoying, but you're going to see the tributing into the sphere mode. That's freaking funny, man. I did not think that I would see Whiteface actually being able to do something like that, but that's really, really funny. Going into this game, I'm actually surprised to see that they left Retaliating C in this matchup. It's not like it's a terrible, run through, but it does have its options here. So we're going to go ahead and deploy the Orcust, go ahead and mill down the Harpor, hand the token on over to our opponent. And now we're just going to go ahead and get to do full Orcust combo. It's interesting that they're going to Harmonia here. I'm also loving that Bowfish. It's so good. All right, so we'll go ahead and Babel on to the hand here. They'll go ahead and deploy the Babel, banish on up. Go ahead and make the Galtea, kick back the Horde to get the trap card. And now we'll go ahead, Galtea regenerate. We'll go ahead and make Mr. Lungrisu. Go ahead and make the Dingrisu to attach. Go ahead and make the Link 4. Go ahead, add back. Go ahead and tuck back the brick, take the Harmonia, and pass turn. I mean, we're not terrible here. Just verifying that the token is, in fact, level 1 here. We'll go ahead and make Link Karibo. That's funny. And we'll go ahead and Flare here. Flare's going to go ahead and get blasted, and then we see the concession. I mean, that's the reality that you're going to get when you're playing the Clown deck, right? Like, if your hand is not the greatest setup in the world, or, the Flare gets blasted, you're just in a bad position. But, like, Flare is the deck, and it's very unfortunate that that's the cost of the current meta, but that's kind of interesting. All right, game 3 here. All right, so we have the good card here. So we actually get to see this deck's playing Ben 10 as well, and we have the Novelez. So we're going to go ahead and deploy the Search into the Flare. So good. We'll go ahead and Flare on up. Go ahead, get the Reveal. Go ahead and grab Rehearsal here. We'll go ahead and tribute the Ben 10 to grab Whiteface out of the deck, and we'll go ahead and get Marbleism. This is going to be really rough here in a second, because if this Marbleism gets detoured here, we're going to get the Vanity's Ruler pulled out of the deck here. We'll go ahead and Marbleism, which is going to get impulsed. Well, crap. Not having access to the Marbleism just cuts us off, and obviously, I think this might be a real problem that this deck is going to face here in the near future. If you get controlled out of your mind there, that's interesting. Link Karibo and then pass. Yikes. Well, not getting access, that's rough. We are going to be able to dump down here. They're going to go ahead and Harmonia Blast. All right, go ahead and send. All right, they will go ahead and get the mill down here. They're still going to go ahead and extend here. We're going to Ash. They're going to go ahead and tack Talons to draw 2. Interesting. So we get the set here. We're not looking good over here, but I mean, like, we can get a white face up and running, which is fine. The problem here is we have Imperm and Spark, which is just going to detour us. So we're going to go ahead and attack for 300, attack for 25. All right, we'll go ahead and make the ruler here. So this was normally a good play. I don't hate this. The problem is, this is one of the few times where Imperm is in the format. And you're about to see, you know, why this deck just kind of falls apart. Go ahead and Spark, bounce. All right, well, takes care of that. No problem. Attack with the Diabell Star, get in some damage. Go ahead and make the D mod here. We're going to go ahead and Ash that, which is fine. All right, we got a Flare. We can do something. We still have this, and we get Ashed. And we see the concession. Yeah, that's, like I said, this is kind of the problem. Also, this Bowfish, you can, if this card is banished, target one face of card your opponent controls, negate its effects till the end of this turn. It's kind of an interesting little tech choice that this actually has. Now, we had another interesting matchup. This is Toons. They're still kind of learning some of the combos, but I thought that there was a reason kind of include Toons in this, because, you know, you kind of get to see what this deck wants to do. Obviously, this hand is pretty good, but it really is just going to depend on, you know, what you're going to be able to do here. So we're going to go ahead and start things off. They actually went, I won RPS, but they chose to go second. That's interesting. Go ahead and make the D-Mod. We'll go ahead and Imperm that. Go ahead and continue on the Orcus Congo line here. Galtea on in to the best card we have. Harpor regenerates. And now we just go ahead and keep up, make the Longrisu, mill down. All right, Symbol Revive, Dingrisu attach. Go ahead and make Link 4, and go ahead and grab up Big Guy, set, and pass. All right, well, we're going to attempt to play Field Spell here. They're going to go ahead and Ash. We're going to go ahead and Call By, and we're going to get Crescendoed. Yeah, there's just nothing you're going to do about that, man. Like, it's very unfortunate, but, like, that's kind of how this deck works. As we open the Funny Dark Rabbit, Toon Table, Toon Briefcase, and a Mulcharmy. Interesting. And now we're going first. So we're going to go ahead and grab up the Evil Box. Interesting. We'll go ahead and get Drolled. I mean, that's fine. Normally, this deck is able to make a pretty decent field off of this because you get to go ahead and just rotate your field spell on in. But we're going to go ahead and box on up, I guess, to special summon and set. So I guess we're just going to end on Toon Briefcase, Toon Terror here. They could have done some pretty disgusting shenanigans here, but they just chose not to. Okay, we'll go ahead and set, pass. So we're going to go ahead and Toon time. Go ahead and recruit into the comic hand. All right, we'll go ahead and special, and then deploy. Go ahead, tribute off to bring out the Dark Magician. Hey, look, free Blue Eyes. D-Mod, go ahead, trigger. Go ahead and grab up Dark Eradicator Warlock. Oh, shenanigans. All right. All right, well, attack. Yeah, we see the concession. Well, yeah, I guess. That's a little bit interesting. All right, so you're going to disregard the obvious misplay is going to happen here in a second, but that's fine. We'll see the Orcus come down here. We'll get the mill down here. Go ahead and special some of the tokens. I don't know why they didn't impulse cut that off, but they wanted to try to hold it for this, I guess, which hitting the Orcus would have been much better. All right, just let that be a little bit of a warning here. You probably want to blast this guy because typically that makes it so that life is a little bit easier. Obviously, you can Deception this, but you know that you're about to get cut off. Yeah, so they're still going to be able to demod here. They have the Babel coming into rotation here. This whole field is just nuts. Like, this is why, like, Orcus feels like a kind of safe investment. And obviously, you know, you got to time your control options against the opponent, or else you're going to have a little bit of a hard time. So make the big guy, make the Dingrisu to attach. Go ahead and add back this. Get to steal this token from our opponent, which now will just give us link fodder for us to get set up into. And we get to end on the IP. I mean, this is actually not terrible, but hang on. All right, so we're going to go ahead and gaze, go ahead and do the thing. All right, go ahead and tuck back our resource to make the Dragoon. Oh, attempt to call by, crescendo. Alright, we got a Dragoon up. We get a briefcase out of the deck. Alright, Orcust, go ahead, banish to revive. IP, go ahead and jump into the SP. Go ahead and wipe out that. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and shuffle back to make... Oh, can't make the big guy. Interesting. This was a fumble game from the very beginning, but I figured I'd include it just to kind of showcase, like, Orcust just is able to do so much. So I hope you guys enjoyed this and you guys have a good rest of your day. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.